Chapter 4 times 25 divided by 2 times 5. While my eyes were glued to the problems on the walls, Benedict ran over to the table and shouted, "Look, there's a calculator." "It can't be." "Sure it can." He held it up. "This will be easy." I saw that it had all the number keys and an enter key, but no keys to add, subtract, or multiply. But it did have a divide key. "That's no good. Division won't help us multiply." I turned my attention to the problems on the walls. Each one had a screen and a keypad beneath it. The screens all showed 3 minutes. So we had to solve all the problems in 3 minutes. I looked at the ones to my left. 84 times 25 equals 1,236 times 25 equals 52 times 25 equals. "They all use 25, I said. "There has to be something special about it." "Wingy Dingy has 25 flavors of hot sauce," Benedict said, "and my Uncle Ralph just turned 25. He had a big party at Wingy Dingy." "I don't think that's going to help," I said. "What else?" "I have no idea. We're going to be stuck here. Wish I'd brought my candy bar." "Maybe I have some gum." Benedict shoved his hand in his pocket. Then his eyes got wide. "What?" "Quarters." He pulled several coins from his pocket. "Numbers are one thing, but it's easy to think about money." "Right. A quarter is worth 25 pennies." My brain rushed ahead of my mouth as I tried to say what I was thinking. Quarters, pennies, and dollars swirled around in my mind. It looked like Benedict was thinking the same thing. "There are 4 quarters in a dollar," he said, "and there are 100 pennies in a dollar." Benedict was right. Money was easy to think about. I was so used to looking at 4 quarters and knowing they were worth a dollar. I needed to try to think about numbers the same way. Since 4 times 25 is easy to figure out, we just have to see how many 4s we have in each problem. I pointed at the calculator. "That's division. We can use this." I looked at the first problem, 84 times 25. If I had 84 quarters, how many pennies would that be? I pointed to the calculator. "What's 84 divided by 4? While Benedict was tapping the keys, I realized I could do that one in my head, one digit at a time. I started on the left, just as I would on paper. 8 divided by 4 equals 2. Then I moved to the right. 4 divided by 4 equals 1. So 84 divided by 4 was 21. That meant that 84 quarters was worth $21, which was 2,100 pennies. I punched in the answer. The problem vanished from the wall, and the countdown timer on the screen was replaced by a check mark. 1 down, far too many to go. We had 213 on the other timers. "We have to split up," I said. "That's our only chance. You use the calculator and do all the ones with big numbers. I'll do the small ones." I figured I could do most of the problems in my head. Benedict zipped around me, scooting from one problem to another, wiping out the longest ones. Each time he punched in an answer, he shouted, "Score!" I discovered another shortcut as I was speeding along. Instead of dividing the number by 4, I could divide it by 2 twice. It gave me the same answer, and for some of the problems, it was easier to do in my head. It's like if you cut a pizza in half and then cut it in half again, you're really dividing it into 4 slices. I had just finished the last of the easy problems when Benedict cried, "It's too long!" I scanned the room and saw a sea of check marks. We'd answered almost every problem. Benedict was standing by the final one. 364,812,328,416 times 25. I looked at all those numbers. Then I looked at the timer. It was at 23 seconds. My stomach clenched like it had been divided by 4 a whole bunch of times, or divided by 2 a double whole bunch of times. There was no way I could solve that problem without a pencil and paper. We're doomed, Benedict said. And this room doesn't have a bathroom either. I thought about everything we'd been through so far. It won't ask us to do things we can't do. I know it won't. It's all been fair. I just wish I had something to write with. You do, Benedict said, pointing to the keypad under the problem. But that's for the answer. No, wait, you're right. I realized that the keypad wasn't just for entering the answer. It was also for writing down the answer, keeping track of each digit. I didn't need a pencil and paper. But I had to hurry. I only had 17 seconds left. It's like when we do long division, I said. I just have to start at the left and work my way across. I looked at the huge number again. 364,812,328,416. It was a lot longer than 84, but it worked the same way. All I had to do was break it up. 36. I started all the way to the left with 36. That was easy enough. 36 divided by 4 equals 9. I punched in the 9 and looked at the next digit. 4. It was a 4. Piece of cake. I punched in a 1. 364, 8. Then I punched in a 2 for the 8. 12. The next number was trickier. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. But since I was skipping over the 1, I needed to put in a 0 before the 3. I punched in 0, 3. 32. The same for the next pair. 32 divided by 4 equals 8. I punched in 0, 8. I raced through the rest, typing 2,104. I looked at my answer. 91,203,082,104. I'd solved the problem with 6 seconds left. I was about to hit enter when Benedict grabbed my arm. Wait, he shouted. Are you out of your mind? I tried to yank my hand free. You forgot the 2 zeros at the end. It's like 100 pennies, remember? He let go of my hand. Wow, you're right. I quickly tabbed 0 twice, then hit enter. 364,812,328,416 times 25 equals 9,120,308,210,400. The lock clicked open. Wow, I said again. Good going. You saved us. Hey, when it comes to counting money, I don't make mistakes, he said. Unless I'm numbed. We staggered out. Dr. Thagoras was waiting for us. I wasn't happy to see that Cypher had joined him. I guess the new wheels allowed him to go where he wanted. Well done, Dr. Thagoras said. I was confident you boys would succeed. I still know more than you do, Cypher said. Yeah, but you'll never be alive, Benedict said. You'll never laugh at a joke. You'll never even feel anything. I feel all kinds of things. Watch this, you hunk of metal. Benedict pinched the back of his own hand really hard. Ouch! That was a mistake. He shook his hand and jammed it under his other arm. I could swear I heard Cypher chuckle, but I didn't care. Getting multiplication and division skills crammed back into my head was exhausting. All I really wanted to do was go home and empty my mind for a while. You don't know everything, Cypher called out after us as we headed out. Now, Cypher, Dr. Thagoras said, nobody knows everything. Even you should know that. I know one thing, Benedict said. We are totally acing that test tomorrow. At that moment, I didn't see any way he could possibly be wrong.